Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast. And I'm just checking in on you. Just checking in on you. Fucking redlining the goddamn levels here. Let me bring this down here. Jesus, I got shit to do today, so let's fucking get right to it. If you see these goddamn things, fucking buy them. I found that YouTube clip the other day. Remember when the fat kid would review food? That was my favorite one. Fat kid reviews Girl Scout cookies. He goes, these are Girl Scout mint chocolate chip cookies, and I fucking love them. Right? He sits there and he eats them, looks up in the air, and then he goes, if you see somebody selling these goddamn things, fucking buy them. It's one of the greatest food reviews ever. I totally believed him. And I wanted Girl Scout cookies. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about this. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here as a casual fucking fan of the NBA. Meaning I've probably watched 7 whole games in the last 7 fucking years. And I watched the second half of last night's Cleveland Cavaliers versus the fucking Golden State Warriors in a bar with the sound down. Now, here comes my analogy. My favorite fucking moment of last night. And this thing, I don't have a dog in the fight. I'd love to see LeBron win a championship for Cleveland. And I always liked the Golden State Warriors because they stunk, you know, and their fans fucking hung in there. And I liked their floor and all of that shit in that old piece of shit stadium they play in. I went to a game there about fucking 10 years ago. And there was like nobody there, and they had the sickest fucking live band there. They were playing Herbie Hancock. What is that song? Wow, dow, dow, whip, up, bip, bow, doo, doo, bip, 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 wow, doop, duck, doop, doo, duck, doop, bip, dup, doop. Fucking sickest shit ever, right? It was way better than what I just did. The fuck was the name of that song? I got that on my fucking phone somewhere. Oh, Jesus. You know what? I'll play it for you here in a second. Maybe you guys understand what this one is. Herbie Hancock. It wasn't Watermelon Man. What the fuck was it called? Headhunter? Herbie Hancock. I'm going to hit pause while I look this up so I don't torture you here. All right, I got it. They were playing Herbie Hancock Chameleon. I'm at a professional basketball game. There's nobody there. This fucking live band is crushing this song. Right here. Come on, play it. For fuck's sakes. Everybody's looking around like, this fucking game sucks. Listen to this band, though. They're killing it. Harvey Mason. All right. Black people all start moving around. White people start getting uncomfortable. Then the guitar player comes in. Maybe he comes in on the next part. Here he comes. I felt like I was in a fucking movie. So I was like, you know what? I love this franchise. You know what? This is if you suck, this is what you should be doing. Saying, listen, man, we're only going to win 8 games a year. Let's fucking get a killer band to come in there, and people can at least have a good time. It was a fucking party, and they lost by like fucking 30. So anyways, I don't have a dog in this fight, and I watched this game. I watched this game with the fucking sound on. That was Herbie Hancock Chameleon, by the way, before you try to Shazam it. Pointing your phone at your fucking dashboard while you're driving down the street, killing a fucking mother of 6. I have to tell you this. Over the last couple of games that I've watched, like the NBA has fucking changed so much. The way Steph Curry just runs around the court like it's his. Like the whole thing is his. It's his fucking showcase. When he was sitting on the bench and that dude hits the three-pointer and he did that little jazz hand thing. Yeah, whatever the fuck he was doing. You know? Dribbles out the game and then looks at the crowd and goes, ah! Starts fucking screaming. I'm just looking at him, okay? Now, I know this guy could fucking body slam me. I'm just a comedian. But I'm talking about NBA player to NBA player. This fucking guy he's built like an honor roll student. All right? And I know he can shoot the fucking lights out from behind the three-point line. Fine. You know, you do the best you can back there. But you let that little motherfucker just glide down the goddamn lane like, clear a path. Clear a path. Today's NBA, don't touch him. Don't fucking touch him. That guy needs to get his head taken off. Get one of those fucking giant white dudes from fucking Eastern Europe, some Transylvania guy. Get him out there. He's got 6 fouls. Just, you know what would happen. He'd do fucking one. They'd be like, was that intentional? Was he trying, or whatever the fuck they call it? Was that a hard foul? Was he trying to hurt his feelings with that foul? Oh, let's go over and look at the tape. What do you think? Was his face snarling too much when he did that? Oh, we can't have that. Get him out of the game. You know, it's still worth it to fucking do it. Because back in the day, you know, the Rick Mahorns, the John Sallys, all of these fucking guys. John Sally passed away, unfortunately. But all of those fucking old school NBA guys got to be watching this fucking kid. And just be sitting there going like, yeah, that wouldn't have happened when I played. That guy would have got his fucking head taken off. Do you know, if you watch highlights of Jordan, all you young millennial fucking YOLO people out there, if you fucking watch him, it's like he's skinny, and then all of a sudden he's filled out. That was because the Pistons beat the shit out of him for like fucking 2-3 years in a row in the playoffs. He finally had enough. The guy had to go to the gym because the NBA refs weren't protecting him. He'd come down there, they'd fucking... Dude, I remember one time fucking Bill Lambier, it was like Ulf Samuelson without skates out there, who hilariously in the 30 for 30 used to be like, we used to like to try to get in people's heads. It's like he was playing this high level fucking mind game. It's like, no, dude, you were just out there waiting for people to leave their feet and you'd take their fucking legs out. How'd you come up with that? Did you major in calculus? So I remember one time he was hacking the Celtics so fucking bad. Robert Parrish finally couldn't take it. And the play's going up the court, and he just fucking gave him 2 forearm smashes over the head. He chopped him down like a fucking... Do you ever see like when a guy who doesn't know how to chop down a tree, chops down a tree and it falls into his house? That's the way he was hacking away at Lambier. And Lambier just put both his hands up like, you know? Like George Michael when he was with Wham, and he just fucking went down. Right? He gave him 2 fucking friends, right? And he went down. The refs didn't see it. It was like wrestling. And then when they went back and looked at the tape, they're like, yeah, well, you know, we should have called the foul. And there was no fines. There was no ejections. There was no nothing. He just, you know, live by the sword, die by the sword. There was so many of those. I just was thinking another one that I saw. Nowadays, Curry's out there just fucking gliding around. He's built like a Muppet. I just don't understand in this day and age how that has happened. And the only thing that I can come up with is that the leagues are so fucking greedy, is that they realize that, you know, that offense sells tickets to the casual fan. You know what I mean? Like, let's take the most boring game ever. And I'm not talking about horseshoes. I'm not talking about shuffleboard. I'm not talking about darts. I'm talking about soccer, okay, which the entire world has embraced except for us. And when you really look at it, that's probably why we're number 1. You know what I mean? The rest of the world is too stupid to realize how boring that fucking game is, despite the fact that it's so fucking boring that even their fans have to have campfire sing-alongs as they wait for something to happen. Oh, what's the matter with Ian? He's all right. Right? Just sitting there, their fucking scarves and shit. This is the thing about... Oh, man, I'm going to get some fucking emails on this. This is the thing about fucking soccer, right? If they just let the forwards run past the final line of defense like in any other competitive fucking game where it's like, hey, I'm faster than you. I understand... like offsides to a point, but it's got to be just a line, like in hockey. And then after that, if I'm faster than you, if I can see the play developing before you do, I get by you. I don't have to fucking wait for you. If they would just adjust that and you'd start to have some fucking 10-8 games, I'm telling you, that game would blow up. It would blow up here in the United States. We would sit down and fucking watch it. You know why? Because we don't understand the game. You know what I mean? If I was watching cricket, right? I guess they score a lot in that fucking thing. That's a good one to just sit around and booze with. But any fucking game that I'm not into, if somebody's crushing it and everybody's flipping out, I'm going to be like, what's going on? I'm actually going to sit there and watch it. Like nobody, like when I walk by, you know, and soccer's on, I don't even look at it. But if I hear this guy go, go! Like he's doing that, I stop and I watch, you know? And I read all the fucking advertisings all over their fucking uniforms. I got to tell you, the Premier League has the worst fucking uniforms I've ever seen in my life. You can't figure out who the fuck it doesn't say Man United. It doesn't say Liverpool. It just says Exxon and fucking Joey's Fish and Chips. Fucking Banks. I heard they're going to do that in the NBA. But anyways, I think that's what happened to the game. And I know I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm too fucking busy to pay attention. And at the end of the day, I never really excelled in sports anyway. So who better to break down what's wrong with the fucking NBA than some stuttering fucking prick like me? I think you got an entire generation of people that grew up playing Madden football and all of this shit, and everybody was the Globetrotters, and now they're just doing like the real version of it, all right? I love Steph Curry. He's the greatest shooter I've ever seen in my life, but watching him just glide down the fucking lane is ridiculous, which is why last night, after the fucking whistle blows, he just decides like, oh, I'm just going to fucking, I'm going to take a little layup here. You know, right next to LeBron James. And I love that LeBron blocked it and looked at him like, get the fuck out of here. That's what they need to do. All right? You're not going to beat these fucking guys playing their goddamn game, trying to outshoot fucking three-pointers or whatever the fuck it is they're doing. Granted, I watched it with the sound down in the second half. They need to fucking, I'm telling you, they got to give them the old right there, Fred. That's what they got to do. Okay? That's what you do. If the other team is faster, if the other team fucking, you have to play physical. I'm not saying play dirty, Pittsburgh Penguin fans. I'm not saying you hire a fucking knee breaker and end the career of the best player on their other team. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is when the guy comes down the lane, your whole team should be yelling, clear a path. You know, and this guy looks like he's in the fucking Globetrotters. Now that I'm done with that little fucking soliloquy, most of that was based in what happens as you get older, you know, and you start realizing your own mortality. And there's a couple of panic thoughts that you have is, you know, the world is changing. I'm going to die and it's going to keep going. Part of it was that the game has changed. You know what I mean? I am kind of the old man going, why can't they have short shorts again and clothesline somebody? It's amazing somebody's balls didn't come out like during that Rambus play. It's unbelievable that his junk didn't come out the side. He fucking literally did like, you know, like a he was doing like a Thomas Flair in the air. And dude, I actually retweeted the other day. It was in a game. Jack Sikma elbows Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the fucking like right in the old solar plexus, as they used to say in wrestling. And Kareem had to like fucking just run it off like fuck. So whatever happened on the play, whether the Sonics hit the shot or not, they're going back up the court or whatever. No, they didn't, because what's his face? Sikma was still setting up. Kareem walked back into the play and just got a little in front of Jack Sikma, turned around and punched him right in the face. And Sikma had that great hair. You know, that hair that like moves around if he get hit? You know, he had whiplash hair. The white version of it, where Thomas Hitman Hearns had the black version when he fought Marvin Hagler. You know, if a black guy's going to get punched in the head in a boxing match, you want him to have a jerry curl because it just adds to it when all that liquid just shoots off his fucking head. And Jack Sikma had the white version of it where he had basically a Beatles haircut. So it just enhances. You really get to see like how much, you know, whiplash somebody's enduring. All right, there we go. That's just the end of it. I you know what it is? Selfishly, I want to see 7 games. And I would like to see, all right, one team's a finesse team, the other team's a physical team. I don't want to see any dirty play, but I don't want to see one team, you know, putting on their tutus and trying to out fucking spin the other team, right?